Confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson begin Monday. She is currently a circuit judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for Washington, D.C. Judge Jackson is also a former clerk of Justice Stephen Breyer, who will retire from the High Court at the end of the term. If confirmed, Jackson would be the first Black woman to serve on the Supreme Court. For more on all of this, I want to bring in CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion. Hey there, Nikole. So Judge Jackson has been meeting one-on-one with Republican and Democratic senators, as is the normal course of business. But what we don't necessarily know is how all those meetings have been going. What can you tell us?
Well, we do have a good sense. For the last several weeks, I've been following Judge Jackson and her whole entourage around on Capitol Hill, which includes White House Sherpa Doug Jones, the former Alabama senator who has been shepherding this process and helping the judge around the Hill. And what he told me is that he feels, and what he's kind of said since day one, since the first day that she stepped on the Hill, is that he's felt really good about these meetings, that in his view, they have gone very well, and that lawmakers have been cordial. He continues to say that they have been very engaging, certainly when it comes to the difference between Democrats and Republicans, especially this past week, where Judge Jackson met with some Republicans like Senator Rubio, for instance, who said after the meeting that in his view, meeting with Judge Jackson didn't really ease some of his concerns. But what Doug Jones told me is that, look, he feels in some of these meetings, while they don't necessarily expect they may get every Republican vote, at least this is an opportunity for all of these senators, both Republican and Democrat, to get to know the judge. And that he said that some of these conversations were quite candid, and that the judge did have a chance to express her views and express, her background and her position on things. So from that standpoint, I feel that, for the most part, they have gone off relatively without very many hitches, and really has just provided an opportunity for both the judge and senators to dialogue ahead of these hearings.
So, Nikole, obviously, Judge Jackson was confirmed with bipartisan support in her last round of confirmation hearings. But we've heard Republicans particularly signal that this is going to be a tougher lift. Has President Biden been doing anything behind the scenes besides having Doug Jones sort of bringing her around to ensure that Judge Jackson, in fact, receives bipartisan support?
Well, we know early on in the process, he was very engaged before he even named Judge Jackson in terms of getting the advice and consent of senators, which is part of this process. So we do know that he spoke to a number of senators on both sides of the aisle. The vice president as well was engaged in the process early on, reaching out to a lot of female senators on the Hill. And so we don't know exactly through this process as she's been making the rounds if he has continued to reach out. But certainly, as I pointed out, with her being on the Hill, that really is probably the best, representation that the White House feels at this point is necessary in terms of trying to secure support from senators. Because again, this is really an opportunity for these senators to get to know her one-on-one, even if these meetings are short, but just to at least kind of press the flesh, look somebody in the eye in a way that you can't otherwise. Obviously, the hearings are a more formal setting and will allow senators to probe her record even further. But I imagine as we get closer to the vote process, certainly we may see more engagement, certainly from the president and vice president, potentially as they try to secure a vote for her nomination. But we do know overall she's met almost with half the Senate, some 44 senators to date, according to the White House.
All right, Nikole, thank you.
You bet.